Halloween Kills has finally been released to theaters and on Peacock TV, and Michael's had a lot of catching up to do after being locked away for so long, and the movie's delay in being released. So here, he kills anything that moves! Halloween Kills is basically a Halloween grindhouse film. It's pure carnage from beginning to end, and a lot of it not even from Michael Myers. I'm not sure if this has the highest body count of any Halloween film, but it's pretty damn close if it's not. There's really not even much of a story. There's a lot of isolated scenes of Michael just breaking into houses and terrorizing people. And you know what? The kills are pretty damn good, and they spared no expense on the gore effects. With Laurie being in the hospital through most of the film, and the side plot with the townspeople taking up vigilante justice, it's basically a cross between Halloween 2 and the truck full of vigilantes in Halloween 4. Anthony Michael Hall plays the adult Tommy Doyle, who is way less than what he was in Halloween 6, and more like an older Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. He's great in this film. Dude is intense as hell and freaking ruthless in hunting down Michael Myers. There's a lot of returning characters in this, and some of that works and some doesn't, but I've been making so many Ben Tramer jokes over the years that it never occurred to me how great it would be to see the Lonnie character back, because he was one of my favorite characters in this. I loved that Lonnie and Tommy Doyle are buddies. The movie really doesn't care how likable a character is, how old a character is, whether it's a returning or new character. Pretty much anyone is fair game. And the movie does still devote time in letting you get to know these people before seeing them brutally offed. I love just the mass pandemonium Myers causes in this. This isn't the Quiet Hospital from Part 2. This is mob justice, where people are getting trampled over and a lot of screaming and shouting like you're watching a disaster movie. It's interesting seeing how the town itself is dealing with the trauma from 40 years ago. Honestly, I did have fun at this in a pretty gory and action-packed slasher film kind of way, but the movie is also a giant mess. There's a flashback that shows us how Michael was caught after the events of the first film, and I don't know, I like Halloween 2 better. Even as a whole, I like Halloween 2 better. In this, there's some really bad lines, and that's paired with some really bad line delivery. Everyone talks in trailer lines, and it's so in love with the first film that it mentions it a lot. Here's a scene where they describe the events of the original, followed by another scene where they describe the events of the original, then yet another scene that describes the events of the original, and so on and so on and so on. It does this up to the end of the movie. It even does this with the 2018 one in terms of clips, like here's a clip from the last movie, and now here is another clip from the last movie. I sat there through a lot of it thinking, yes, I know. I've seen the original movie, thank you. Oh, do you like the tagline, Evil Dies Tonight? Good, they say it enough times to make a drinking game out of it. Plus, callbacks to the older lines are a bit clunky. And between this and the 2018 one, can we stop with the damn jokes? It's tonally weird and doesn't fit. There's far too many characters in this. You'll have an intense scene, followed by the sitcom shenanigans of Big John and Little John, who now live in the Myers house. And a majority of these characters are just dumb, even for a movie like this. There's a weird side part where they're chasing down another escaped mental patient who they think is Michael, but while the audience doesn't know what he looks like, these characters should. His mugshot is all over the news. And I think the body count is so high because if these characters aren't the worst shots in the series, they just stand there and wait for Myers to kill them. Or they're going off on their own to investigate shit that they shouldn't be investigating. It's like every character knows that the audience is gonna shout out, "Run, bitch, run!" This definitely feels like a bridge film, like they had an idea for a start of this run of Halloween films and a final part of this run. So here's a movie that's just kind of a random assortment of scenes where Laurie doesn't do much because she'll probably do a lot in the next one. Despite all of that though, and I know that's a lot, It is entertaining trash. And seeing it in a crowded house around the Halloween season and the audience getting into it, I can see how this will be a fun movie if you watch it like that, because I had fun. If I saw it at home, maybe my grade would be lower, but I'll give it a wildly generous B-. Maybe I just needed to see some brutal Michael Myers shit after seeing Lamb, which stay tuned for that review tomorrow. Also, not gonna lie, I do love that the Silver Shamrock masks confirm that Silver Shamrock exists in this particular universe. And yes, checking the poll, it does look like the subscribers again correctly predicted this one. Though I would have also accepted C. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel today, plus click the notification bell, and follow us on Twitter at The Cinema Snob. See you next time.